Hello, replay viewers. Let's let some people tune on in. And we will commence our walking tour. Yeah. The traffic is back better than ever. Welcome to the Brooklyn Promenade. Today we're going to take a little walk around Lower Manhattan, check out the tribute in light from many angles. We will at one point be actually underneath them. But I figured this year we will start here at the Brooklyn Promenade. Chris Silva, good to see you. Welcome. Ready to walk some 10,000 steps? Something like that. Maybe 14,000. Who knows? I know it's like 3.5 miles. Welcome to the Brooklyn Promenade. We're going to go underneath the Tribune Light. We're going to go around the Tribune Light. And we're going to end, of course, in Memorial Plaza at the World Trade Center. But here we are. It's a beautiful night here in New York. Really great weather. And thanks for tuning on in. Don't forget to share this out. Saludos todos. Osvaldo Huepa. Out there in Puerto Rico. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Share this out, put it on Twitter. I couldn't share this out on Twitter. Look at that. One of these clear nights again where it just goes up forever. So cool. But we're going to see this thing from many angles. Thanks for tuning on in. We have kind of leading a walking tour of my own right here, so this is great. Got some company with me here. So stills will be taken as we make our way around. All right. Let's see. Give everyone. I'll give you guys 30 more seconds, and then we will begin. All the spires here in New York City lit up in blue. If I could zoom in, there we go. All the spires in blue in honor of September 11th. You look up Empire State Building way up on the distance there. Good to see you, Tiffany. Kizzy's in the house. Good to see you, Kizzy, out there in the United Kingdom, doing great. Good to see you, Tiffany. And that's why we're here. Never forget. Never forget. Up here on the Brooklyn Promenade, but we will be underneath the lights. Never forget. Smash the like button. Share this out with friends. We're going to be here for a while. Okay. Yeah, the whole city done up at night right now. Beautiful night out here, 74 degrees Fahrenheit. I do not know what that is in Celsius, sorry European viewers. But it's very comfortable to say the least. Oh, the Fly Nyan folks are out giving their focus flight right now. That little dot right there. We may see them actually fly into the beams of light. Tribute in light, 88 xenon bulbs. I believe 8,000 watts. 8,000 watts each. Supposedly if you put a mirror on the moon, it will reflect the light back. Good to see you, Cash Roll. Welcome. All right. I wish I could share this. Right? I can't share this from here. I could do the focus thing, which is good. We need that focus thingy. But welcome to Brooklyn Promenade. Oh, 22.8 Celsius. There we go. Thank you so much, Coney Island Jim. There you go for the European viewers. Am I at the spot that gets a bad signal? Yes, I am. It's further down. Is there a bad signal going on right now? I don't have the alert. But there is a lot of people down here, so let's get moving here. Let's get moving. But this is the Brooklyn Promenade. Good to see you, Deborah. Beneath me, the 6 lanes of the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Crystal Queenie, hello. Welcome. There's a lot more people down here than I was expecting, but then again, what is open right now? So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna walk down the promenade here to Clark Street. And there is usually a spot a little bit further up here where some folks set up candles that we might see here. Of course, if you were here 19 years ago, if we were here exactly 19 years ago at this hour, there'll be stuff in the trees and dust everywhere. Quite a big crowd here when it was all going down that horrible morning. For a 3.5 mile walk. Brooklyn Promenade will be under construction. Who knows when? It was supposed to already begin, but they have held off on that, looking for a new architect. And they ran out of money. Gotta love the COVID times. Anyway. I don't think they have the candle set up this year. Wow.
Oh, really?
Here we are. No candles this year. Great view from took the Rockaway Ferry last October. Awesome. So here's a little memorial right here. This wreath has been here for 19 years, roughly. I believe it's been replaced only a couple of times. I don't exactly see what it says, but it does say. It does have the September 11th on it. Pretty. Usually they'll put some candles there usually, so no candles today. All right, now we're gonna go up Clark Street and see some of the most expensive houses in the city. And then we'll make our way over to Brooklyn Bridge, the 137-year-old Brooklyn Bridge. Now this is where the signal gets a little weird here, guys. So please bear with me as I go through this next section because the signal may get weird. Good to see you, Darian. Welcome. It is a beautiful night, Deborah. It's gorgeous out here. It's a great night for a walk. All right, so this is where the signal gets really funky right here. But hopefully, when we come, if I lose the signal completely, we'll come back in time to show you a $44 million townhouse. All right, we're gonna hang the right coming up next, and we're gonna be on Clark Street as I walk through a hole here in the Brooklyn Promenade. All right, guys, into Brooklyn Heights we go with the bright lights of the cars coming down Clark Street. Turn your high beams off, dude. Holy crap. I think he's activating the dim on my glasses right now for daytime. All right. Actually, all right, we're on Clark, so we're about a block away, roughly. Roughly a block away from where, oh my God, why am I blanking on her name right now? A very famous actress lives a block away from here. Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt has a lovely apartment about a block away from here. Haven't scared her away yet. But as for Laura Dunn, or Laura Dunham, yeah, I scared her out of the neighborhood. I would go in front of her house and say, Lena. But here we are, Willow Street coming up. We do a little zigzag right here. Follow me down here. Empty streets. I do have water with me as well, though. I have ice water with me. Thank you so much. But, you know, we like to talk history on these tours. Some of these houses here date back to the 1840s. Pretty old. Now, in order to get people to move out here, they had to be very creative with the street names. So coming up here is Pineapple Street. And then we're gonna make a right on Cranberry Street. The oldest continuously lived in home in Brooklyn. Right there, that building, that house right there, wooden frame house, single family house, built in 1830. Literally like the only thing here when it was built. But coming up right here, and of course it's in the dark because it has to be in the dark. Right here is where Truman Capote lived. And in this house, he wrote Breakfast at Tiffany's and In Cold Blood, 70 Willow Street. And then the building directly next door, used to be for the Jehovah's Witnesses of the Watchtower, their administration offices. This building was built in 1959, and this was the building that got the whole neighborhood all angry to turn the neighborhood into the New York City's first landmark district. And that happened in 1961 with a lot of help from Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. So now we're gonna walk down Cranberry Street here. Or we're on Orange. We're on Orange Street, but to hell with it. Keep on going. Yeah, 1830. Yeah, was Spain really a colony in 1830? I don't know. It's not in New York, so I have no idea. Okay, we're gonna make our way down to Henry Street right now. Doing a little zigzag to get to the stairway of the Brooklyn Bridge. And then we're gonna come out onto the bridge. But the architecture around here is great. And homes start out at around $12 to $15 million, going all the way up to $45 million. It's all about the square footage and if you have a backyard or not. A lot of these places have backyards. And a backyard in Brooklyn Heights is much appreciated. Ooh, they repaved Hicks Street. Very nice. Yeah, they're taking the secret entrance.
I would expect nothing.
we always take the secret entrances. John Hardy, good to see you, man. Welcome. We're gonna hang the left on Henry Street coming up next, and make ourselves down to Brooklyn's oldest street, Muddock, as said in the Dutch, Muddock Street, which us Brooklynites call it Mugg. we got lazy with the pronunciation. Plymouth Church, a stop on the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman herself spoke here.
There's a song about Mellow Valley.
Oh, look at that. Did not know that trivia right there. All right. Hang the left here, and then we go down to Muddock Strassen. Outdoor dining is going gangbusters out here. People really want their good food. There's one reason why you're living in New York. It's the food. Okay, now what's this guy doing here? He has plenty of. I know. I'm about to say, is he backing up all the way to the street? Yeah, to hell with that. He's not doing it. All right. I'm jumping out here. Feels like it's like a Friday night. It is a Friday night. Good to see you, boss. I wish Ariel showed a few more things on his World Trade Center tour. But he did a pretty good job nonetheless. Okay, we're gonna cross the street, y'all. Copyright music. It's a good thing. Get me in trouble. Okay. Doing our little zigzag here. Okay. Good to see you, 80s music fan. Welcome. Doing the bridge. Doing Broadway. Doing it all, baby. Now, this is where Laura Dunham used to live, the creator of Girls. And every time I stopped my bicycle toward the red light here, I would scream, Lena! No doubt she moved out from her $2.1 million apartment because of that. And then right across the street here is the Peaks Mason Mints factory. Today, a lovely, lovely apartment building with apartments starting out at the bargain basement price of just $5 million. Lots of square footage, super high ceilings, exposed beams and wood. Streets are, well, we just walked through a rather bustling area of outdoor dining options. So people are out. But now what we're going to do is we're going to walk across Cadman Plaza and across the park. And then we're going to go up onto the Brooklyn Bridge. This is Court Street right here. And then you have your off-ramp from the Brooklyn Bridge. Kind of a weird off-ramp. They come off the Brooklyn bound, they come off the bridge right here. Kind of blend in with city traffic and then make their way down. But turns into Old Fulton Street. We got it. And here we go. We're going to walk through the park here. Good to see you, April. Welcome. Now, as we walk across Cadman Plaza here, across the street is the Office of Emergency Management, OEM. This is their new area here, their new settings, right back over there. And OEM was originally in number 7 World Trade Center on the 40th floor. Whoever decided to put it there was a genius. But after number 7 collapsed.
That was the first one to go.
And no, number 7? Number 7, the first OEM to go? Yeah. The first OEM to ever be destroyed? Yes. But they moved over here, which at the time was temporary, became very much permanent. It's Friday night, 10 o'clock. Is it really 10 o'clock already? It's not 10 o'clock. I know. It's not 10 o'clock, Tiffany. Don't throw me off like that. Like 10 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. It's Friday night and the mood is right. Gotta show you how it's done, TGIF. Remember that? I need, they gotta start playing more Perfect Strangers on Friday nights again. Anyway, we're now gonna walk through a very narrow stairway. 2 weeks after the Brooklyn Bridge opens up, the bridge has its first major tragedy. Somebody screams out, "Oh my God, a cable snapped!" A cable does not snap, but it causes a massive panic. And right here where we're about to walk, there was a stampede and 12 people died in the crush of humanity trying to get off the bridge. But the bridge was perfectly fine. It was a big deal to walk that high above a river in 1883. All right, here we go. On to the Brooklyn Bridge.
Non, pas les classes.
Les tournements, souvent, c'est tout banal. Tous les meufs et les câbles, c'est une
A lot of people on this bridge for this hour.
Yeah.
Excuse me, please. Excuse me, please. This is really a funny moment here because they don't speak English and they don't realize how. Anyway. Tribute and light right there as we make our way up over the Brooklyn Bridge. The Brooklyn Bridge between the towers is exactly 1,600 feet long, but if we count the on-ramps, and watch the bikes, if we count the on-ramps, the bridge is 1,759 feet long. First bridge to be made of steel. First bridge to be electrified with Thomas Edison's electric light bulb. In fact, when the Brooklyn Bridge opens up on May 24th, 1883, electricity is available in Lower Manhattan for about 2 weeks. Sure, they're going to put the candle makers out of business, sure. You like that stone cut out too? You got the masonry in Detroit. Oh, wow. $8:30 here in New York. 21 Celsius. $69 degrees. Oh, I got cooler. It's cool out here. There's a lot of people on the bridge. This is the most people on the bridge I've seen since February. No doubt doing the exact same thing we're doing right now. Checking out the Tribute and Light. We will stop in the very middle of the bridge when we get there. And we'll take in the panorama. And then we'll continue on. We're gonna go first down Broadway, get a view at Trinity Church. That's right, Darian. The Mets and the Yanks are winning. Fantastic. I would say about 80% of everyone has a mask on there, Bob. Good to see you. I think mask compliance is the best we could get it right now. Wow, people just hanging out. In normal times, it will be mayhem if people just stopped on the bridge like that. One of my favorite memories on the Brooklyn Bridge while doing a bicycle tour was there was a wedding. It was a Korean wedding. And it was like 30 people in the wedding party. And they did a group picture. And the group picture took up the entire width of the footpath here. I'll see you later there, 80s music fan. Now where we are walking on this pathway, this is the exact same spot. This promenade is in the exact same spot as it was on opening day of the Brooklyn Bridge. This has never changed. The reason why the pathway here is in wood is because this is the part of the structure that moves the most. The Brooklyn Bridge is over-engineered to a factor of 6. It's quite over-engineered. When John Roebling was designing the bridge, he knew that it would be affected by the wind and by the expansion and the contraction of the steel. So he just basically overdid everything. To give you an idea of what is it in terms of modern bridges, most modern bridges are only over-engineered to a factor of 3 or 4, depending on what type of bridge it is. As we make our way over to the Brooklyn Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge. The hardest part of the Brooklyn Bridge's construction was the foundations for the 2 towers here. We used what they called the caisson method. And the caisson method, very simplified, is a big wooden box that you place at the bottom of the river. Air pressure forces the water out of the box. Workers then enter the box through a shaft under very high pressure. And then they basically undermine the edge of the box as they bring in material from out of the box, the box slowly settles lower and lower until it hits bedrock. And then once the box hit bedrock, you fill it up with concrete and you have your foundation. The Brooklyn Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge rests on bedrock, roughly 44 feet below river bottom. When they were doing test borings for the Manhattan Tower, they found out that they would have to dig to the appalling depth of 107 feet below river bottom. When the engineers found that out, they were like, whoa, how many people are gonna die? Underneath, in the Brooklyn caisson alone, 32 men in total died building the foundation for this very tower. In fact, Washington Roebling, the chief architect and engineer of the bridge, son of the creator of the Brooklyn Bridge, John Roebling, Washington Roebling was nearly killed in this Brooklyn caisson, and just 8 months into construction of the bridge, he is paralyzed from the waist down. He comes down with what we now know as the bends, but back then they called it caisson's disease, because they really had no idea what they were dealing with. There are a lot of people on the bridge. Yeah, no OSHA back then. It does look prettier at night. And I wanna show you the builder's plaque, but I'm gonna get the copyright here on the video. So we're gonna keep moving. Good to see you, Miss Blee. Welcome. So this is my first time seeing the tribute in light from the Brooklyn Bridge. I've never come out here on the bridge to see the tribute. I've seen it from a ferry. I've seen it from Brooklyn. Seen it from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Seen it from the ground here in Manhattan, but never on the majestic Brooklyn Bridge. Do you think the eye? Yes, they can, John. There's actually a picture that what's the name of that astronaut?
John Glenn.
Right, not John. No. The astronaut who's his wife is or was a senator. He has a twin too. He has a twin, but he actually took a picture from the ISS of the tribute in light about 2-3 years ago. It does look awesome. Don't worry about the bells. This is my office, so I kind of could guesstimate how people behave in interesting ways when we go on the Brooklyn Bridge. So it's quite easy to predict them. Some people walk, some people run, some people walk a brisk pace, and other people saunter and take their time. Yes, Gabby Gifford's husband. Yes, it's on his Instagram. I think he reposted it today or last night, if I'm not mistaken. I do not recommend riding a bike while staring at a phone like that, because you could almost hit people. All right. All right, well, we're going to the expansion joint anyway. Time to go to the expansion joint. The very center of the Brooklyn Bridge. We are now approaching. So the width of the promenade here is roughly 16 feet. In some spots it gets as narrow as about 8 feet. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Here it is. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. If you ever wanted to know how much does the Brooklyn Bridge move, here is the expansion joint to the Brooklyn Bridge. Mark Kelly. There you go with the name. Thank you so much. But you can look all the way up tonight. When it gets clear like this, a look all the way up. And then from here, we can see Statue of Liberty, which is right there. And yes, so you're gonna notice we'll sweep here of the skyline here once I'm able to. But we're gonna do a little sweep here. And as you see, all the tops of the buildings are in blue tonight in honor of September 11th. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Norm. Don't worry about it. But there you go. There's your Midtown shot. On the far right-hand side, ooh, you even got the City Corp building. I see the Bloomberg building lit up. I see the needle of the Chrysler building, 432 Park Avenue. The wide white building that's under construction. That's One Vanderbilt. In the very center of the screen, 30 Rock. Whoa, One Vanderbilt just turned on their blue lights. Look at that. They just turned them on. That's pretty cool. It went from white to blue.
They're watching your feed.
They're watching my feed, exactly. And of course, there's Empire State Building right there. But go to the main, and I want to say this has to be Fly Nyon because they're flying so low. Or it's the cops. Who knows? So there it is. All right. This wild scene up here. There's a lot of people up here. A lot more people than I was expecting. But let's see how many people are downtown, more importantly. Because that's where we're going to next. Ready? Let's go. So now, as we walk towards the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge, yeah, run. Remember that they found out that in order to get the Manhattan Tower's foundation on bedrock, they would have to dig down to the appalling depth of 107 feet below river bottom. When the engineers found that out, they were like, whoa, how many men are gonna die? 100, maybe 200? So as they were digging deeper and deeper, they were realizing that the rock bed was really, the river bottom was really rocky. It wasn't all sand. There was lots of boulders and stuff. And they were actually using gunpowder to break up some of that stuff. And as it got deeper and deeper, the sand was getting so more and more compact that it was getting as hard as concrete. So Washington Roebling took a huge gamble, and I quote, "I find this strata of sand perfectly suitable for a foundation for my Manhattan Tower. I'm quite confident it has not shifted in several million years." And he was correct. So to this day, to this very moment, the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge does not rest on bedrock, but on sand, roughly 19 feet short of bedrock. Luckily, it has not moved, it has not shifted, but it was a big gamble, to say the least, a big gamble. So, still here. The Brooklyn Bridge has many a story to tell. Hundreds of thousands of people walked over this bridge on September 11th, 2001. A lot of kind of amazing things happened 19 years ago, including one of the largest boat lifts in peacetime outside of a war setting. Some 120,000 people were rescued in boats of many shapes and sizes on the west side of Manhattan, near the north and south cove of Battery Park City. Kind of amazing. As we now make our way down to Manhattan. Seems like everyone's just hanging out there in the middle. Exactly, sometimes you win and hopefully you never lose, exactly. And if you do lose, hopefully you learn something. A lot of people out here taking photos. Great to see you, Tracy Taylor, out there in the great state of Indiana. Welcome. Doing a nice long stream here today. Gonna be on for a while here. Doing a proper walk. Good to see you, Dave. Welcome. There it is, your tribute in light. We will be going underneath it at one point. Yeah, and no tragedies, that's right. Good to see you, Volvo Tango. Welcome. Coming off Brooklyn Bridge now. We started our tour at the Brooklyn Promenade. Walked through a little bit through Brooklyn Heights. It's an amazing view, right? I mean, I'm so conflicted. When it comes to the World Trade Center, there's a lot of things I'm conflicted with. The biggest thing is, you know, to be honest, until the year 2000, when I started working in Lower Manhattan, I never liked the Twin Towers. I thought they were quite ugly buildings. I thought they were very overbearing and kind of minimalist on a huge scale. Very dominating buildings, making the people feel kind of inferior. But there were a few sunrises I saw from this very spot on the Brooklyn Bridge. And sunrises and sunsets, I found a new appreciation for the Twin Towers. They would glow in so many different colors in the sunrise, and so great. And then I learned about the engineering behind them, and that's when I really fell in love with the buildings. Kind of like a moonshot for the day, kind of like a moon mission. Good to see you, TYC. Yep, we are in hopefully 720. Hopefully it maintains in 720. I paid too much for this Verizon. It should not be anything less than 720. Every day during normal times, I did not know during pandemic times, but every day during normal times, 91,000 people crossed the Brooklyn Bridge, whether it be on foot, on a bicycle, or in some 40,000 cars, small trucks and vans. How to put it? Awesome. Yeah, they're very stylish 70s buildings. But Minoru Yamasaki, kind of a funny story. The Twin Towers were originally supposed to be 80 stories tall, but Guy Tizzoli, the president of the World Trade Center Corporation, he goes, "Can you make them a little taller?" And Minoru Yamasaki was worried that the plantings in the plaza would not be able to handle the shadow of the buildings, and he had to take away some trees. But Minoru Yamasaki, definitely an amazing bit of engineering. Good to see you there, Jack. Welcome. Coming up to City Hall. And then right over there, to our right-hand side, is coming in the City Municipal Building. And perched on top of it is the statue called Civic Fame. Civic Fame is the third tallest statue here in New York City after the Statue of Liberty. Civic Fame is made of copper, clad in 24-karat gold leaf. And she's holding up a crown. The crown has 5 points in it, one for each one of our 5 boroughs here in New York City. In 2007, she was completely cleaned up and restored. One of her arms did fall off and fall into a cafeteria, an employee cafeteria. Luckily, nobody got hurt, nobody got killed. But in 2007, they cleaned her all up, and I was here when the helicopter hoisted her back up on top of the municipal building there, 1 Chambers Street. You're more than welcome there. You're more than welcome, Tiffany. I know last year, I didn't do this walk last year, so I figured this year is definitely worth it to do it this year because of the whole, everything that's going on, so why not? Good to see you, free to laugh now. We will be seeing Survivor Tree. We will be seeing Survivor Tree. We're going to see the Anne Frank tree. We're going to see Fritz Cohen's Sphere. And because it is a pandemic, they have limited the capacity to Memorial Plaza. But it looks like by what I saw earlier today, it looks pretty. It looks like the line goes pretty fast. So we shouldn't have to hold up too much. as we come off the bridge here. Coming into City Hall. Looks like what's going on at City Hall. I think they have the whole plaza still all barricaded off. They're worried that people are going to reoccupy City Hall. I don't think that's going to happen. It's beautiful out here, Miss Flea. It's beautiful out here. It's 69 degrees Fahrenheit. Your Periscope account was deactivated. That sucks. Well, at least you didn't put hours and hours of content on there for it to all get deleted. So if there's one thing I dislike about losing that account or getting my account yanked for whatever reason is all that content gone forever. But that's why we make new content here on YouTube. It looks better. It's just better all around over here on the YouTube. Yeah, I never got an answer to, John. Think about that. I was a gold level. Well, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. I could go on and on about that. #1 World Trade Center coming into view. And then just to the right of it, the Woolworth Building. The Woolworth Building, the tallest building in the world in 1913. And the only skyscraper in skyscraper history to be paid for its construction in cash. R.F. Woolworth did not want to take a mortgage out for his construction, so he wanted it up quick. So he spent $14.5 million to construct the Woolworth Building. Now you see that the top of the building has lights on. The top part of the building is apartments. And at the very top, you can live in an apartment they call the Pinnacle, AKA the Castle in the Sky. It's a 9-bedroom apartment of architectural bliss with views out of all 4 sides of the buildings, and the turrets on the corners of the buildings are balconies where you can have enough little space for a little hibachi and a couple of chairs and whatnot. It could be all yours for the bargain basement price of $121 million. I would live in that. I would live in the Pinnacle any day. So if anyone wants to super chat me the Pinnacle, please feel free.
What are the HOA fees?
Oh yeah, I don't know the HOA fees. I don't know those.
All about the HOA.
Yeah, I don't know about. I think you get a 50-year tax abatement though. I think you get one of those deals. Right, great shots indeed, Dave. Yep. Go down there, make the right, and you go to Chinatown. You go down along Park Row. There's this Park Row stairway right there. This is legit the most people I've seen on the Brooklyn Bridge since February. In the normal times. And it looks like they still have the plaza here at City Hall still barricaded off here. You can go to one of my replays and see what it looked like when they were occupying City Hall. Yeah, the real estate has dropped a bit, John, but here's the deal. You know, some properties have actually increased in value. It all depends on where you are in the city. The outer boroughs seem to be a lot more lively than Manhattan, and especially anything south of like 60th Street. The main central business areas where people usually take the train and then come to work and only work in the area. So what's really taking a hard hit is commercial space. Commercial space property is plummeting right now because a lot of companies realize that they could just have everyone work from home. Ooh, is this the truck that says hello? Let's see. Hello? Hello? Yes! Everything is good in the world. The hello ice cream truck. The bootleg Mr. Frosty. Fun time Frosty. Hello! So we make our way down to our right-hand side here, City Hall. City Hall, the oldest continuously operating city hall in the United States. The building was completed in 1812. And mayor still has his office in there. City council still has their chambers in there. That's where they ratify all the laws. And now we're walking down Park Row. It's a very famous shot here coming up.
No, I'm just in the city.
So, yeah, commercial real estate is bad all over. Oh, yeah. That's an understatement.
Where is that time?
But now coming up on the next block is where one of the first television crews actually caught the first moments of September 11th begin to unfold. Channel 5 reporter Dick Oliver. This video could easily be found on YouTube. Dick Oliver was here just outside of City Hall, right about here, with his truck. And they were talking about the primary election that was going on that day. And when they were at commercials, that's when the first plane struck at 8:46 in the morning. And you hear Dick Oliver say, come back to me. And then they come back to him, and the day unfolds like a movie, to say the least. Yeah, Century 21's closing. I don't know what 86th Street in Bay Ridge is going to look like. And here's my old office is right across the street, which we still have. Unlimited biking. We're still renting bikes. So this is City Hall Park. And I'm pretty sure City Hall Park is closed, yeah. City Hall Park is closed because they don't want nobody occupying it. And it's a lot of, Century 21 is a lot of people's favorite stores. J&R is the next block down. Yeah, I'll gonna tell them when we get there. We're gonna actually see the last vestige of J&R Music World. The building is all hollowed out, and just the shell of the building remains. Oh wow, the park is open. Let's go to the park. It's a nice shot in here. Nice shot in here. This is City Hall Park. City Hall fountain. We took this from the Bronx because we needed a fountain here. There was a post office here. But look at this view here. One of my all-time favorite views of the Tribune Light. No gas lanterns though, yeah. Here we are, City Hall Park. My first time at City Hall Park since March. Usually I come in here and have my iced coffee in my hand and I go to work. Usually begin my day right here. Yep, there's a Tribune Light. We're gonna go underneath it in a little bit. We will go to where the lights emanate from, and then we'll make our way up to Memorial Plaza. Was that a dog? Yeah. This might be a really pretty shot here. Is the fountain leaking? Is the fountain leaking? It's 2020. Yeah, it's 2020. Hey, look at this. Everyone's getting their shot from right here. It's a pretty cool vista. I guess the NYPD got the lights going on here. And everyone's shadows, yeah. Hey guys.
Why not? That's what we say, if an idiot's got in our way, you know?
Yeah, they work.
They still are.
Yeah, these are gas lanterns. They still work, but they're just not turned on. Yeah.
We're on
We're out of money.
Pay the gas bill.
Gonna pay the gas bill. Con Ed saying, we're gonna turn off your antique lights, damn it. All right. We continue on. Now we're gonna go south along Broadway. And we're gonna go all the way down to Trinity Church. So we'll go all the way down to Broadway. It is, right, 9 o'clock now. I hear the bells of St. Paul's Chapel ringing. St. Paul's Chapel, a refuge for the recovery workers at the World Trade Center. Many of the recovery workers slept on the pews inside St. Paul's Chapel. And St. Paul's Chapel, quite old, one of the oldest continuously used buildings in New York City. The current St. Paul's Chapel dates back to the 1790s. And it's my first time seeing this all boarded up. Okay. Gonna walk down this side of the street right now. Just watch the traffic. Coming off of Park Row. Guy Heyman, driving the roads of America. Good to see you, Guy Heyman. Got the turn light on. All right. And look at my new beautiful bike lane going down Broadway. Oh, I love my new bike lane. Gotta use it.
Did they just do this?
It just did this. So, in the spirit of empty stores everywhere, there is a Halloween spirit here in one of the empty storefronts here. And right here on the corner, this is the skeleton. This is the skeleton of the JNR Music World. Then the other building would be down there. It doesn't even exist anymore. And the Staples is still here. Staples was here. This Staples was in so many pictures. There are so many crazy pictures taken from right here. St. Paul's Chapel. And then number 1 World Trade Center right behind it. But St. Paul's Chapel, in the original St. Paul's Chapel, what happened was in April 1776, George Washington read for the first time the Declaration of Independence on the steps of Federal Hall over there on Broadway. After that, there was a procession of the armies, came up Broadway and into St. Paul's Chapel. And in St. Paul's Chapel, it's okay, in St. Paul's Chapel, George Washington kneeled on a pillow praying for the safety and the prosperity of the new country. That pillow is still there today inside St. Paul's Chapel. Take the same crazy Eddie, and yes, exactly. Yes, good old crazy Eddie Antar. And now coming up here on our left-hand side, here is our new Fulton Street Transit Hub. If 9/11 did one thing that was good, was brought together all the different subway lines here in this area. And what they did was they built a tunnel connecting the Fulton Street Transit Center with the World Trade Center Oculus a block away that way. Look at all the Nobu's jumping. That's jumping. Yeah, we're gonna go down and back up. We end at the Oculus. We end at the Oculus. Wow, it's like a party out here. It's like loud. Yeah, Nobu's a very expensive restaurant. I'm about to say, this is hopping for a Friday night. I gotta say, for all the reports of New York City being dead, I think we are quickly dispelling all of these rumors and mistruths. There's a lot of people out here. More. So we get closer and closer to the tribute. Italy, because Hey, what? Oh, he's over there. Yeah, Italy is not open because it's all indoor eating. So Italy Italy not open. Anything inside is closed, and Italy's a big indoor eatery over at number 4 World Trade Center. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Keep on. Okay.
Norman's the only one who can't.
Isn't Italy owned by one of those restaurant startup guys? I don't know about that. Oh, it's the watch in the streets. Did they fix it? Yay, they fixed it. That's been there since, what was that, 1884? That's been there.
Yeah, but they must have been covered in crack.
The glass was broken and the clock was broken. Somebody put a forklift on top of it or something like that and smashed it up. Oh, you want to go see Double Check? Let's go see our friend Double Check. Yeah, I got to pat him on the head 3 times. I got to see if he ever found that pencil. He's been looking for that pencil since 1982. Now, Double Check by Stuart Johnson Stewart. That statue used to be on the corner of Liberty and Church Streets. But unfortunately, these horrible 9/11 picture book sellers were using it as a way to sell their books. So thus, they had to put it where it is today. And we're going to totally freak out some people coming up to it right now because they're all sitting around it eating. But I got to see my friend right here. Broadway. Oh, my friend. Oh, somebody gave him a hat. Somebody gave my friend a hat. Did you find the pencil, my friend? Did you find the pencil? Still looking for that pencil. Somebody gave him a mask. This is so cool. And somebody gave him a Florida Marlins hat. Good old Double Check. He was placed down the block back in 1982. And like I said, they had to move him because people were using. Are you looking for this? Are you looking for this? Props. I gotta love props.
When they found him, they thought he was a real
Right,
person.
exactly. When they found him, a lot of firemen on September 11th thought that he was like a person frozen in time. And it's this amazing picture with all the debris all around him. But he's chilling out here now on Broadway and Liberty. Let's come over here, have lunch or dinner with him. Good to see you, Jeffrey. Welcome. Wish he had more light on him. As photographers try to figure out how they gotta get Double Check. My favorite thing in this suitcase is, of course, the tape player. The old school tape player. It's a star today. Getting all this attention today. No Walkman. In 1982, so not a Walkman. It's an actual what's it called? Like a dictator or a dictaphone, whatever it is. A old school cassette tape player. Yeah, there was Walkman in '82, but not in his suitcase.
And he's wearing his mask correctly.
And he is wearing his mask correctly. Exactly. Double Check. My favorite guy. Yeah, I got a cassette player. And then we're right underneath. You see we're getting closer and closer to the tribute right now. So now we're gonna keep on walking stuff. We got our pictures.
Sorry.
It's okay. No. It's a tour.
You knew the deal.
It's a tour. All right. So across the street, Zuccotti Park. Now, Zuccotti Park is one of my favorite I'm not moving out of my property stories. So in order to build this big black building right here, this is One Liberty Plaza, they had to get the air rights for that building. So in order to get the air rights, they had to acquire this lot of land here. And on this little lot of land here, there was a little chock full of nuts coffee shop. And the owner refused to sell his property. And he was quite adamant that he wasn't going to move away. So he held on to his store, which is right about where this sculpture is here today. And he held on to it and ended up selling his tiny little storefront for, and this is in 1960s money, for $42 million. He retired after that. And then across the street, we have the Equitable Building. The Equitable Building in 1915 was the world's largest office building. And because of the way this building looks, see how it's no setbacks? When they finish this building, Cedar Street here only gets sunlight for about a half hour a day. So because of the Equitable Building, the Empire State Building looks like the way it does because they had to create the modern setback rule. Oh, so absolutely, Guy Heyman. You know, Guy Heyman, I didn't do this tour last year, so I feel like considering what's going on, we had to do this. Sadly, if you miss, yeah. As I get more pictures. Well, let's keep on going here. I'll see you later, John. Good to see you there, Sandy. Giving you a big hug too there. So look at this view right here. This is one of my favorite views. I gotta get across the street here. But this is Trinity Church. And then just behind Trinity Church here is your Tribute in Light. And on a night like tonight, it seems like it goes on forever. It has been 2 years, Guy Hammond. I know. But we're gonna cross the street here. It's the best angle to get Trinity Church here is get across the street. But Broadway. I gotta be on the other side. As we walk down the Canyon of Heroes here. This is where all of the ticker tape parades are. Good to see you, Jeffrey. Welcome. Welcome to Broadway. And we're approaching Wall Street right now here at Trinity Church. And what we're going to do right now is get another vista here of the Tribute in Light as I make sure I don't get hit by a car. But then, here we go. Can you guys see? I wonder if you guys could see this. The little fireflies and the lights. Look at that. That always amazes me every year, seeing those little particles in the lights. That always amazes me every year. But this is Trinity Church right here. Now, back in a long, long time ago, Trinity Church was the tallest building in New York City. But as you can see, a lot of photographers out here doing the same thing we're doing because this is a pretty amazing view. Actually, right here is where this, coming up on a payphone here, and yes, there is still payphones here in New York City. This is a very famous picture right here of everyone waiting in line to use the phone. There's a very famous picture taken about right here. And there's literally like 50, 60 people waiting to use the phone right here as they looked up at the World Trade Center. But yeah, exactly, Sandy. Right? You see those little particles? We're gonna get underneath this, so they'll be a little bit more pronounced when we get underneath. A lot of people out here. Got our express bus. Life still goes on here in New York, even during a pandemic. But of course, just behind Trinity Church here, Alexander Hamilton is buried right back over there. But pretty amazing out over here. And then of course, Wall Street right here. So now what we're gonna do is gonna walk a few more blocks to the south here. We're gonna see our friend Morris really quick. See how many friends Morris has around him tonight. And then we'll make our way over to the parking lot, because the tribute light does emanate from a parking lot. We're gonna go underneath the parking lot. Coming up next. Max, I gotta have these guys come over here. You gotta come over. They gotta come over here. We're gonna go say hi to Morris. Let's go say hi to Morris. Now, why do some people call him Morris the Bull? Because it's Morris Street in Broadway. The official name is Charging Bull. Arturo DeModica is the artist. And no, he cannot hear his car engine. He cannot hear that. His car engine isn't loud enough. It needs to be louder. He has...
I don't think I like the new Broadway streetlights.
I don't like, the new Broadway streetlights are rather, well, those are fairly new. Those are from like the late 80s, 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
Why am I just...
LEDs might be inside them now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
There might be the LEDs inside of them. So I remember those being softer back in the day. All these little pillars right here. And more yellowy looking, yeah. But all the construction's still going on, as you hear. It wouldn't be New York if you didn't hear jackhammers. So Charging Bull, a gift to the city of New York. And a couple of days before Christmas break, 1989, Arturo DeModica just leaves this something like 5-ton hunk of brass or bronze in front of the stock exchange. NYPD takes it to a tow yard. Mayor Ed Koch tries to melt it down for scrap metal, but the workers of the stock exchange fell in love with it and had it placed where it is today, at the head of Bowling Green. Bowling Green, New York City's first public park, dating back to the British era. And, oh no. And, wow. I don't think there's anyone by Morris. Morris might be all alone. So remember, if you're coming out here to see Charging Bull, don't grab the bull by the balls, please. Grab him by the horns. Wow. Let's see. Because only crazy tourists touch the bull by the balls. It's a Korean thing. I don't know. Some kind of Asian Korean thing. Now, normally, there would be a lot of people. We'll see. Yeah. The fearless girl is now in front of the stock exchange. But here's Morris. It's kind of surreal how few people are downtown here. Can't put a mask on a bull. There he is. Hey, Morris. Let's look up Broadway here. While we wait for our turn. Now, a holiday that I celebrate, Evacuation Day, November 25th, 1783. That's when the British finally leave New York City in an occupying manner. We stopped celebrating that holiday after World War I as a sign of solidarity. But here he is, good old Morris the Bull, Charging Bull. So technically, all of us New Yorkers who live here own the statue. He's a gift to the city of New York. And you want to grab the bull by the horns. And he's hollow, by the way. It's like a chocolate. It's like a chocolate rabbit. It's all hollow. Oh, over 300,000 pounds. Yeah, the fearless girl is now in front of the stock exchange. But here are the balls. I don't know. Yeah, you want to touch them, you can touch them. It's some Asian thing. I don't know. You get lots of money if you touch the balls. It's an aphrodisiac. Yeah, there you go. I try to tell my guests not to touch the ball. And then right over here, this is where Standard Oil used to be, right over there. But now we're gonna go down Morris Street coming up next. And we're gonna go underneath the tribute and light. There's a lot. This is the most people I've seen down here since February. So it's good. People coming back out. We're gonna go underneath them. You'll see. Yeah, the parking garage. Right, the brickwork is pretty beautiful. Then over here, this is the Cunard line.
Titanic.
This is where you buy your tickets for the Titanic. Be sure to use hand sanitizer, yes. It's all right. Listen, COVID hasn't killed me yet. I don't think I'm going to get killed. Oh, yeah, Cipriani would be closed. They can't do indoor dining. Can't see that much these days, yeah. I don't think Cipriani wants to have outdoor dining because too many people might protest the eaters, the diners. All right, so now we're gonna go down Morris. Follow me down here. Oh yeah, the really cool angles of the lights over here. And actually coming up to a kitchen. Well, yeah, besides the parking garage, but the Blarney Stone is around the corner. Well, it used to be around the corner from here. Blarney Stone was a restaurant that was shown in the TV show Kitchen Nightmares. Here we are. Now, a lot of people usually mill around here because it's kind of an amazing spot to see the lights. And there's a lot more construction here than I was expecting. And a lot more people down here than I was expecting. Yeah, I want to say we're gonna, oh no, let's go up this way. Go up here. Yeah, no, we gotta up and up over.
Oh, okay.
We gotta get right underneath them, folks. Last year, I think it was either weather or I just wasn't really feeling it. There was a reasoning behind that last year, and I forgot why. As we're on an incredibly narrow sidewalk here. I don't think I've ever walked on this sidewalk over here before. Oh, you know, I'm looking for something that doesn't exist anymore, which is the park. That park is closed. That's what I'm looking for, like entrance of the park. But we're gonna get underneath the tribute now. We're gonna go right underneath the tribute. But here we are. We're on Church Street now. Just about a block away from the tribute here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk through a parking garage. Hello. Okay, there you are. Look at that, right? She'd be riding 6 white horses. She'd be riding 6 white horses. Where is she? Yeah, we're gonna cross over. You got the light? Go. Hello. It's the ice cream truck of your nightmares. It's the hello truck. All right. Come right around here. And we should be able to get right underneath them. Let's see. Is this area closed off here too? Yeah. This whole little spot here is closed off. Okay. But oh yeah. So you see how close we are here? This is the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. I think we're gonna have to go to that footbridge. But we're right underneath them. Yeah, we got to cross the bridge. Look at that cloud come in. All right, we're gonna walk over to that bridge. Oh. What's going on? Hey, all right. All right. Yeah, let's get to the, yeah. It was better here when the park was here. You want a creamsicle now?
If you actually cross the bridge and pretty much the other block around the other side,
yeah.
You get right on.
You get underneath it.
Okay. How do we get there?
Follow me?
Follow us.
Let's go. Okay, let's walk this brand new footbridge. Looks like there's quite a few people congregating there to take photos. All right. Okay. Back to the ice cream truck. Sorry, no creamsicles, folks. No creamsicles. I wonder if I might even have creamsicles, come to think of it. Yeah, I got some friends with me today. And that we're also touring. Can't believe we're already like halfway through the walk already. Hello, hello. There's always like a little delay. The bootleg Frosty. The fun time Frosty, not Mr. Frosty. No, fun time Frosty. He knows how to have a fun time, he just says hello. That song will be now permanently stuck in my head. Oh, here's the Blarney Stone right here. Blarney Stone was used in an episode of Kitchen Nightmares. And they completely fixed up the restaurant. And I think they did okay after the show. I think they did okay. Okay, gotta walk this crazy narrow street here. Because we're gonna walk over that brand new footbridge over there in the distance. Okay. Looks like we got to go a little bit further to get to those stairs. And then we can go up and over. I believe last time we came out here, this footbridge was under construction. but Battery Park down the block from here. And now we're pretty much going to be above the entrance to the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. Oh, wow. A lot of people on this footbridge. Oh, a lot of scaffolding around here. No, I didn't do one last year. Oh, wow, look at this, folks. Oh, wow. Isn't that an amazing guy, Eamon? And there's number one World Trade Center peeking on in right there behind it. Wow. Ooh, did I just feel the bridge bounce? I think I just felt the bridge bounce just ever so slightly. Oh yeah, it's moving. I feel it. Do we have another earthquake from New Jersey? All right. So now, oh yeah. I don't like this footbridge very much. It's moving.
This is weird with this plexiglass in it.
Good. Yeah. Good to see you, Mr. Fox. Welcome. The Brooklyn Battery Tunnel.
This used to be mesh.
Right over there. Yeah, exactly. This used to be like a fence right here, but they rebuilt it. All right.
Well, I went to school around here, and I came out here and drew a picture of cars going into the
There's Brooklyn Battery Tunnel right here. When Robert Moses built this, he likened the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel to a bathroom because he wanted to build a bridge.
Crazy with racing stuff, so I did the opposite.
All right.
I did a slow shutter speed.
So, the tribute in light are those birds or bats in the lights. Those are just particles. Those are just particles. Now they will shut the lights off from time to time for migrating birds, but they only shut the lights off for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Now here is where the tribute in light is actually powered from. These are the two diesel generators here, power generators for each tribute in light. Each tower is 88 xenon bulbs that have a wattage of 8,000 watts each. Oh yeah, right here. But this is the parking lot where they're from, and we'll see them over from West Street too. But you can't get more underneath than this. Where? Oh, you got this way over here. Oh yeah. Well, you know what it is, Mr. Fox. Sometimes I smell diesel, and diesel will take me right back to that day. That smell just reminds me so much of what it was like being down here in the months after. We're going to the bike path. Oh yeah, this is a good spot here. This is the other good spot right here. That's right. Yeah, Norman's correct. That's where usually people set up stuff. We're here now on West Street. We've got some few photographers out here, but then as we look up, here they are. Another cloud going through them.
Actually, we want to get the lights out of our eyes.
But now,
We're on the street over there.
here's a little funny food for thought. No, it's okay. It's okay there, Sandy. So, the original island of Manhattan is on this side of West Street here on my left-hand side. But everything here on my right-hand side was built from refuse rock from the construction of the World Trade Center. When they dig down to bedrock, some 70 feet down to bedrock, they removed 2.7 million cubic yards of dirt and debris, placed all that dirt and debris on the other side of West Street here, and created Battery Park City. As the great Norman Blake loves running out into traffic, we're gonna wait for him. Good to see you, Cheryl. Hugs all around. Yeah, no questions are dumb, unless you're trying to make me say something that sounds dumb. Norman's on the mission now. He's on the mish. As we try not to get squashed by cars here on West Street. And I wait because they go like 50 miles an hour down this street here. But we're gonna go to my beloved bike lane here. A bike lane that was completed in August of 2001. I remember when 9/11 happened, the first thing I said to myself was they destroyed my new bike lane. And I was so upset. Oh, did I keep the lights on all year or just 9/11? Just for September 11th. So these lights are going to only be on until sunrise. And then that's it. So so these lights are on for tonight, all night until sunrise. And then they put the lights back in their storage there. Oh, dogification, you're more than welcome. Welcome. Thanks for tuning on in.
There weren't this many trees here when I was here.
There were no. I think these trees have grown to more mature. But here we are. Now directly across, you can see where they emanate from. But all those little particles there. And I heard an answer about these particles from somewhere,
Yeah,
but but just for today, they have been testing out these lights off and on for about a week now. Yeah. I'm literally like, again, it always amazes me how I have to tilt my head all the way back to get this view for you guys. I'm literally yeah, you can't. It's too much security, and you gotta have a name on a list to get on top of there.
Say your New York Times.
Nope. I've reached out to try to get up there and live stream from there.
All right.
I try to with my people paparazzi.
Right? Yeah. Right. The little car didn't work. All right. Wow. I better say something smells around here. I don't know if it's a dog poo or. But
it's a sewer.
It's a sewer, right? Yeah. And you got the big mask. I'm
Mother
sure you can
Nature
smell.
screwed up the good shot.
Yeah.
Because the last time I was here, these trees
were not here.
Grown over.
I guess now, all that's left to do is to now walk down West Street. And it's time to, our next stop is going to be Liberty Park. We're going to go to Liberty Park. And we're going to see some relics from the old Twin Towers. First time seeing the towers in 1983 was just amazed. Oh yeah, they're huge towers. I mean, they were huge. An acre of space, column free, on every floor. They're quite impressive. But it's always awesome to see like just everyone like looking up and make sure I stay out of people's ways here on the bike lane. Because everyone is here today. Here's a new footbridge that was supposed to be temporary, but the people were like, we want it, we like it, so they kept it. And I think it looks pretty cool for temporary architecture as somebody goes through a red light or speeds. There's a speeding camera, right? All right, looks like we got the light. Oh, look at this crowd of people here. Checking out. Yeah, this is a cool spot. We'll show you what they're all looking at here. a pretty nice looking footbridge, right? It was supposed to be temporary, but it's now very much permanent.
Get Freedom Tower and
Oh, whoops! Under the trees again. trying to stay out of everyone's way here. Everyone getting the shots here. Okay. Wow. This checking a little crazy. Taking off your jacket. I thought it was cold out here, Norman.
we haven't exactly stopped.
Yeah. I think now you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Those are like fireflies or something like that, or dragonflies. Okay.
Probably all kinds of bugs.
Probably all kinds of bugs. Ready? All right. We shall now go to Liberty Park. As life still goes on here in Battery Park City. Kids playing in the playground over there, and I'm a little bit more calm now. We're not on the bike lane anymore. I don't want to be one of those people walking on the bike lane. And it looks like once we get out clear from the trees here, we're going to be up close and personal with the World Trade Center. People having picnics, and there's some kind of adult beverages there. People hanging out. You know, hearing all these people eating snacks and having beverages and enjoying the night air on a Friday night. It's quite amazing. Basically, where people live, life goes on. All of the business areas seem to be a little bit emptied out, but coming up, World Financial Center right here. And you're going to see a footbridge from the World Financial Center that was built in 1988. And the last piece that connected to the original World Trade Center. It's the last surviving footbridge from the connecting to the World Trade Center complex. Oh yeah, we got crickets. We got crickets and cicadas out here, Tiffany.
Oh my God.
Right? Don't you love the cicadas? Remind me of Florida cicadas. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Guy Heyman. I'm glad you're enjoying the show as we come into a very dramatic reveal of #1 World Trade Center. Ba-dum boom. Right behind it, #7 World Trade Center. As we now cross, I forget the name of the street again. As we cross some street. I know Leonardo DiCaprio lives a block away from here. That's what I do know. Now we're gonna cross the street over here. And we're gonna make our way over to Liberty Park. You can see the tribute right over there, just to the south of us. Now, in my dream of dreams and heart of hearts, I would love for them to set up the tribute around the actual memorial pools. If they spread out the lights and place them around the actual footprints, I think that would be quite a striking sight to see. Can't go to the center of each pool because there's water there. But I'll tell you something about the memorial. But it makes sense to have them all on the outside. I'll tell you something when we get there, though. I'll see. Gotta leave the city to get cicadas and crickets. Oh wow, that'll be very powerful. 90 West Street here, designed by Cass Gilbert. the same architect who did the Flatiron Building. The last surviving footbridge from the World Trade Center, right here. Oh my God! It's that South Park. It's that South Park episode. It's that South Park episode. That is obnoxiously loud. Wow, you got pre-recorded backpipe music on his motorcycle. All right. Somebody was somebody screaming at their window? Okay. Oh, you're more than welcome. I am a licensed New York City tour guide, but I guess we'll start out with the Sphere. Bloody hell, those motorcycles are loud. Here is the last surviving piece of sculpture art from the World Trade Center. Fritz Cohen's Sphere basically stood in between the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in a fountain. And it slowly rotated, which is something I did not know. And I had lunch around this thing many a times. So for a while it was in Battery Park, next to an eternal flame that was lit by all the members of the UN General Assembly, and then about 2 years ago, brought over here to Liberty Park. And then this overlooks Memorial Plaza here. We will be going there momentarily. And then here's the bridge that takes you into a World Financial Center from here, today called Brookfield Place. And then here is, you can see all the dings and the dents from the collapse of the towers. But it was quite amazing that it survived to this extent, considering it was directly between the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. And then right behind it, Tribute Light. And thank goodness those motorcycles are gone, because they were getting annoying. I'll see you later, Darian. Thank you so much for tuning on in. They're looking at us because we're cool. No, it's just your motorcycles are really loud. Oh my God, bloody hell. What? And before it was brought out here to Liberty Park, they did polish up the brass and they repainted the black portions of the sculpture. Unfortunately, Fritz Cohen died a few months before it was placed here in Liberty Park. He was there for the ceremony, though, for when it was placed in Battery Park. And then Memorial Plaza is literally right over there. I will tell you the buildings here, and of course that's number 1 World Trade Center, number 7 World Trade Center, number 3, and number 4 World Trade Center. Still waiting on an anchor tenant for number 2 World Trade Center. We have gone back to the original Norman Foster design building for number 2, which featured a diamond that will line up where the Twin Towers used to stand. Let's get over here. As the motorcycles keep on going. Bloody hell, those things are loud. We're gonna go around this way here. We're gonna go around this way over here. So, Liberty Park. Don't tell me there's more of them. Oh, they're turning around. Well, if you want a serene moment of reflection, you're gonna have to wait until these guys leave. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how to feel about this. No doubt some families may come out here at night because it is typically more quiet and more calm, but not at this moment. This is literally the South Park episode coming to life right here, where oh, it is. It's more than one gang. I have a feeling is how.
No, it looks like one. Now all of a sudden.
Oh my God, Dave! Thank you so much for the super chat. Dave just bought me a pack of White Claw with some snacks. Thank you so much. All right, guys, time to go. Time to go, guys. Are they doing like a merry-go-round? I know what they're doing right now. They're just gonna go around and around. Bloody hell, I think they really are going around and around and around. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dave. Much, much appreciated. All right. Well, has the police look on at in a more defensive stance down below. So Liberty Park is on top of the loading dock here for the mall that's underneath us, Brookfield Place. Now, yes, there was a mall here before September 11th. Underneath the original World Trade Center, there was a mall. And I remember one of my strongest memories of this spot in particular is the Sam Goody that was right about there. I remember the Sam Goody. I would go to the Sam Goody all the time. And there was a funky barbershop in there too, which was really good. And countless faces. Right? Yeah.
Lamston's with a pet department.
With the pet department. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know who they are with their motorcycles, but hopefully they're gone. I don't want to talk over their noise. All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're going to go down this way here. Okay, so now off in the distance, you see that white dome? That is the Greek Orthodox Church, designed by Santiago Calatrava. Now, Santiago Calatrava, when he was designing this church, he used the painting of the Virgin Mary in the Hagia Sophia. He basically, the church is Mary's body, and he basically nullified it down to a simple sculptural form. Now, unfortunately, they ran out of money 2 years ago building this thing. About a month and a half ago, construction has resumed, and hopefully it'll be ready by 2022 and not 2021, but it's got to have a type of marble that is going to kind of glow, as you see. But but like all jobs that Santiago Calatrava does, they always go over budget. So over budget by quite a bit. But now, one of my more favorite. Oh, here's the view of the lights right here, looking down Washington Street here.
Yeah, see, that was the garage I shot this, because I shot it right up the street. So it is the roof of that garage.
like, why is she taking it?
But now, right over here is the Anne Frank tree. The Anne Frank tree built, what was grown from a seedling from Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam. And here it is. Oh, look at it. It's looking good. It's looking good. Look at it grow. The tree of peace. The Anne Frank tree. So grown from a seedling. This tree is a pure descendant of the chestnut tree, preserved over decades outside the secret annex in Amsterdam where Anne Frank and her family hid from the Nazis from 1942 to 1944. Kind of amazing. Very overlooked all the time. It was planted here on June 12th, 2017. And I remember we saw this thing. There's a live stream that we did here on YouTube. And this was like a little tiny baby. Now look at it. It's coming up. It's fantastic. And of course we have this amazing, we saw this mural get finished too by the artist Dragon69. And this is a amazing mural here because it's kind of like a Indian chief fireman on a horse fire truck. But now it's, yeah. Oh, Harris? Oh. Yeah, it was packed last year. And every year, that's right, they're closed. Yeah, they got the, so here's a bronze mural across the street here. And this is the whole play out of the day here. We'll go down there, Ooh, watch the stairs. Be careful, be careful. People, this is set up so you can have lunch on this, kind of chill out on this. So let's see this copper relief here. See where everyone is going here. As we now depart Battery Park. Here. Oh. Oh boy. We have somebody who's displeased. So we're gonna try to stay away from him. Do our best to stay. Give him his space. See the tribute right here. We're on Greenwich Street now. Good to see you, Brian. Welcome. Oy vey. All right. Boy. This guy's actually holding an audience, which is a bit disturbing. Keep it moving. Actually, ground zero is a term that was used during World War II, meaning the center of the bomb blast. Pseudo military term. All right. Let's one more picture here is going to be taken. Then we're going to keep, and then we're going to go. We're going to go into Memorial Plaza next.
you need to know this. Oculus is the Latin word for eye. That's what oculus is. It's an eye that becomes a god. You don't believe me? Go inside God.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay. Now we're walking straight. We gotta walk down there because there's only one way into the plaza. As we pass number 4 World Trade Center. Spotify's in this building in normal times. And they still have, it looks like they still have their gummy bear, their gigantic gummy bear that's supposedly being arrested, still in there. If there's one interesting thing that happened because of COVID, is a lot of art pieces that were supposed to be temporary are now very much almost permanent. Okay. So due to COVID, they do have to keep the numbers of people limited to Memorial Plaza. So there's one way in, one way out. But when I saw the line earlier this evening, it didn't look too bad. So we'll probably walk right in, maybe have to wait in line for maybe a few moments. And it looks like they got Survivor Tree lit up in blue. Did he? You know what? I don't think it did. I don't think the Oculus opened this morning. And we're now right across the street from the Oculus. Right there. Santiago Calatrava designed the Oculus to reference the spreading wings of a dove.
It's not an eye?
Not an eye, sorry. Well, from above it looks like an eye. But one of the more exciting pieces of architecture here at the World Trade Center. And then you get to see some construction now come into view. That is this skeleton of the soon-to-be World Trade Center Performing Arts Center. And here is our entrance. So they are, yes, I guess there's a line. So we're going to walk down to the line here. Oh yeah, okay. Boom. All right. All right. All right. So today the World Trade Center 9/11 Memorial Museum opened today for the first time since March. It was only opened up to family members though. Tomorrow it will open to the public with a limited capacity of just 25%. This may be one of the best times to visit New York in the sense of if you don't like crowds. But now right over here in the distance, this is the North Tower. And we can see the tridents here from the World Trade Center. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of people out here considering. Good number of people out here. I want to say the last time I did this 2 years ago, there wasn't this many people here. And here we are, Memorial Plaza. We can do a tree now. Yeah, we'll do a tree. Here is Survivor Tree. survivor tree all lit up in blue. A survivor tree is a pear tree. Wow, that is amazing. Oh wow. Oh wow. I've never seen this before. Wow. Let's just take this in here. I'm gonna be quiet here for a few moments. So the survivor tree used to stand right over there where number 3 World Trade Center is today. And about a month or 3 weeks after the terror attacks, the construction workers noticed that the tree was still alive. It was still in the dirt, fairly okay. So they rescued it from the debris, sent it up to Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx, nursed it back to health, and then it joined all the other 274 white swamp oak trees which comprise of Memorial Plaza. Kind of amazing. And it still does grow pears. And then if we look off in this direction here, this is the Memorial Glade here. And the Memorial Glade is in honor of all the people who we've lost since September 11th, all the people who have died due to various complications of cancer and whatnot. But roughly in this area, this was where the big ramp was that people used to clean out the World Trade Center to recover it. But these stones here come out of the ground, and there's little bits of metal embedded here, or steel embedded in the rock, and that is steel from the original Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. I'm so happy to have a survivor tree here lit up. My favorite tree in the city. Tough, that's a tough New Yorker right there. And if you get around to the other side there, you can see there's a little bit of a scar in the tree here. So let me go to where I normally photograph this tree. They've added more pavers. There's less grass over here than before. But if you go right over here, I think I'll be able to show you the little scar here in the tree. Right about there. The little area where the limbs haven't grown back all the way. But there is some flowers here that I want to show everyone. And we're gonna have a moment here.
Read that? Read the sign. These flowers are dedicated to the victims.
So as you see, they have the survivor tree has some flowers in honor of everyone we lost due to COVID. So now here we are, South Tower. Shall we walk over to the panel, if you like? Yeah. So these reflecting pools are exactly where the Twin Towers stood, but they're a little smaller than the actual footprint. Where this last line of trees are right here. This is where the wall would have been for the South Tower in this case. So once you pass this line of trees, you are in the footprint.
Yep, the flag just flew. Oh, right.
Oh yeah. Here's Judy Ron's cousin Ralph. See what we can see here in the museum here. A lot of people just kind of all over the place right now. So I'm gonna get out of people's ways here. Ooh. So how the museum works is the museum's open from 9 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, but they do have the last entry to the museum at 5 o'clock. So they want to give you at least 3 hours to walk around the museum and to take it in. I've only been to the museum once, and I was only able to be in there for about 45 minutes till I had to leave. I personally couldn't really handle it. It's actually kind of tough right now. I mean, it's cathartic doing these live streams for you guys, but it never gets easy, to say the least. That's a family member takes a little prayer. All right. Right, found him? All right. Yeah.
Turned on my flashlight.
Turned on the flashlight.
Where did you lose?
My people.
Okay.
All right.
I'm glad.
Shall we get one last shot on top of from North Tower, and then we're gonna head our way back to the subway. Gotta get our closing shot here now.
Oh, so we have to exit now.
No, we exit over there.
But,
Over there. Don't worry, I got it all.
I'm not worried.
I got it all memorized.
I'm not worried. I'm a Dutchman.
That's right. So I'm gonna make our way over to the North Tower now. And we'll get our some final shots here from the North Tower. And I really hope those motorcycles don't come back. There's a lot more people out here than I was expecting. A lot more. But so many mementos on all the names. And as wow, this is just never gets easy. Never gets easy coming down here. All the wow, just seeing all these flowers is very very emotional. Everyone getting that angle with the flowers and the tribute and light. Absolutely, Jack. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Almost done here. Gotta just quickly say a little prayer here within the memorial. Here's the 1993 plaque. And we're gonna get this. Oh, goodness. Just realized the memorial lights are not turned on. Usually there's lights underneath the waterfall here. Not turned on today. No, I'm good. It's all right. No, don't turn on the lights. No, don't turn on the lights. Hear music. All right. We're gonna now. Why are the lights not used in the area where the towers used to be? Because the memorial is here, and they want to leave them. Make sure that they can leave the memorial open for the public. But I would like to have them see them set up here at least once, because I know that if they put them and spread them out where they used to be, it'll be very visual sight, very haunting sight. Now, as we look over here, life goes on, and the World Trade Center Performing Arts Center very much under construction. Very happy to see this under construction. Very dynamic structure being built here with movable acoustic walls. And all right. Yeah, we gotta go out this way. We gotta pass by Survivor Tree one more time. We'll get a view of the Greek Orthodox Church, and then we're gonna make our way into the Oculus, where we will hop on the subway and end our live stream. There's actually a lot more people in here than I was expecting.
So imagine your dad right here trying to take
But I'm very happy that cooler heads prevailed. There was a reading of the names. There was, of course, the tribute. Yes.
And there was no flyover.
And there was no flyover. Yes. U.S. Navy, what made you think we wanted to see a flyover today? Did we?
I don't think it was their fault.
I know it wasn't their fault, but it was so odd. There was supposed to be a flyover today at 3:30 of a couple of F-18s. Because I remember the jet fighters that day flying all from weeks after, actually. You had jet fighters fighting all around New York City. That survivor tree, man. That's beautiful. Kind of happy to have it all lit up like that. But now one way in, one way out. You enter near Fulton Street, you exit towards Liberty Street. Yeah, but not today, Brian. We can't have a flyover today. I'm sorry. Today's not the day for a flyover. But the city kind of begged the Navy not to do it, and they changed their mind. Oh, they turned the lights on. Oh, wow. Here, look at this. Look how much it changes the whole thing now. The lights are on. Michael Arad designed Reflecting Absence, this memorial is called. He chose water falling to symbolize the sound that the towers made when they collapsed. And in its own right, this is quite a bit of an engineering marvel. But see, now everyone's coming back to take pictures because the lights are on. Originally, you were supposed to take a ramp behind the waterfall, but no, if the Blue Angels had to fly over today, that would not be okay. Not today. Not today, Devin.
Wash your hands.
Now walking out through the exit, and we're gonna make our way into the Oculus.
Can we make our way around the Oculus?
You want to make our way around it? We can.
Just so I can see like one photo with the light.
Yeah. Right from this side, right? Yeah. I gotta be careful live streaming in there because I don't like people live streaming in the Oculus.
Yes, I know. Because that way we just bypass that and go down.
Yeah. No, they are. And I have wrote letters to Port Authority asking them, am I allowed? And they said, no, there's no problem. But tell that to the security people. All right, I guess we'll cross the street. We're going to cross the street and then we'll go around. It's nice and empty across the street over there. See what I mean?
I don't know if we're hugging, but I realize we're sharing food.
Yeah, it's a known fact that if you share food with your friends in a time of COVID, you could probably hug them. So.
They were wearing masks.
And they were wearing masks. I guess that was the only thing I was worried about is
In the air, not
Any other military planes are better than 747s? Well, remember there's 747. Yeah, that bear's been here now for like 3 years.
Well, I guess maybe this is where I saw
He's been here a while. A gigantic gummy bear. And then here's number 3 World Trade Center. They reunited Cortlandt Street with the World Trade Center. When the World Trade Center was built in the 1960s, 1970s, they created a super block that eliminated Cortlandt Street.
His firehouse is right there on the corner.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way around Oculus right now. This piece of art is so cool. We saw this during the daytime last time we were down here. Looks great. But office space, not operational right now. Well, not fully operational. Doing great, Chester. Thanks so much for tuning on in. Just finishing up our little walk here. Coming up to the final act of our walk, which will be going inside this thing, because life goes on, and what do you do when life goes on? You ride the subway. So we're hopping on the train now. Oh, we can't go through here. Damn it. Other side.
Not open. Not open.
Yeah, no. They might, we could check, but
No, they're not.
they're not, right? I wouldn't expect them to be
I
open.
actually kept the thing.
Aha! Look at that. Good thing I didn't drink my water. There's the skeleton of the soon-to-be Performing Arts Center here at the World Trade Center. And then you get to see some street art here. And this is the temporary building, which will soon be number 2 World Trade Center. Now, they did change the design of number 2 World Trade Center to a crazy Blars-Ingold design building. The big group put together something ridiculous, which is thankfully not being built. And they're going to go with the original Norman Foster design of number 2 World Trade Center.
Will the art be saved?
And will the art be saved? No, it won't. It's temporary. Yeah, you know, I would like them to be incorporated with the pools, Devin, but I think they want to keep the Memorial Plaza open tonight. So I think that's the reasoning why they don't put the lights around the actual footprints themselves.
And they wouldn't be able to do the ceremony.
Right, and they wouldn't be able to do the ceremony. But it does take quite a bit of time to set up the 88 xenon bulbs that comprise of the tribute and light. 88 bulbs. Each bulb is 8,000 watts. If you get a mirror, you could bounce the light off the moon with these lights. I'm gonna get one last look at them before we go underground here. Actually, we'll go underground over there. But oh wow, right underneath it, there it is. I get a little bit further back. This whole plaza's closed. I like having lunch in this plaza, damn it. Well, when I'm working anyway. They're redoing this whole plaza here. There's a massive crowd of people across the street. Wow. And I think all these people are doing the same thing we're doing, looking up at the lights. Let's see. There's an awful amount of people over there. We got some kind of light show down there. Look at that. Wasn't expecting that. Kind of cool. About to say, yeah, those are the bikers. Remember all those people that were making all that noise before? That's them across the street.
They're all staying at the Hilton.
And they're all staying at the Millennium Hilton. I feel bad for the folks at the Millennium Hilton, but then again, they probably need it. Nothing better than New York City. That's right. Ain't nothing better than New York.
That's new.
I know, right? The lights are flashing over there, like dancing.
That's digital mapping.
Yeah.
They're the projection system. Or they
No, those are just lights. Those are programs.
there's
LED lights on the ledges.
I think it's supposed to be red, white, and blue.
It is red,
It's a little
white-
green to me.
Yeah, well, I think it's shifting so fast it looks green.
I want to take a picture of Century 21.
Did we really hear that line as she was passing? So why, folks, if you hear in New York City, don't talk on your phone on speaker because then we all hear your conversation.
What did she say?
She said, all the people who aren't wearing masks are the ones who probably have it. That's literally the only line I heard. Welcome to New York, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh, here come the cops. Are they gotta clear out the bikers if they start coming down the street now with their obnoxiously loud motorcycles? Maybe not. Oh, the Port Authority police right there. All right. Time to end the tour. Time to go into the Oculus. Bloody hell. Maybe might be. And of course, this may be the last time we see the lights of Century 21 turned on. They have not given a direct time when they're going to shut down, but I got a headache from those. There they go. Okay. Oh, we got a cool shot here. You're more than welcome, dog. A vacation. We're gonna go inside the Oculus now, and that's where we're gonna end. But it's a pretty cool shot here. Some NYPD vans here doing some traffic control. It looks like here on Court Street. Here on Church Street. But if you like New York City, if you're new to my channel and you like New York City, do me a favor, hit that subscription button. More importantly, did you like this walking tour that I did? Hit that big thumbs up. It lets me know you care. And it helps the algorithm help people find me more randomly, which is always fun. And remember, I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on Twitch for the radio show, which we'll probably do. I think we're going to do a radio show tomorrow. But into the Oculus we go. Yeah, I know. Here's the Oculus. Oh wow, we have an upstairs and a downstairs, and my first time in the Oculus in quite some time here. Hold on, that's a long comment here. P.S. I bet I can take away for the lights and have room for the name reading for the people. Yeah, maybe. Good to see you, David. You know what? I don't know if the skylight was open today. So, and unfortunately, David, we're just finishing up the stream here, so you might want to watch the replay. It's a lot of fun. But see, right here at the top of the Oculus here, this all opens up. And it creates what they call the wedge of light, the third memorial within the memorial. What happens is, from 8:46 in the morning until 10:30 in the morning, a shaft of sunlight starts from one side of the building and sweeps across to the other. But I don't know if they were open today because it was kind of cloudy. But if we go down that way, that's the PATH train. And where do they keep the Ground Zero flag? In the museum. That is kept in the museum. But during normal times, 125,000 people use this station for the PATH and the subway. But shall we end? Let's go to the R train. It's time to go home. It is time to go home. But there's lots of social distancing markers everywhere. This is my first time seeing this. But life goes on, but we never forget. But part of life going on is riding the subway. And we got 3 minutes to all train, perfect timing. I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. Thanks for spending time with me. Thank you for enjoying this experience with me. And here we are. Yes, 3 minutes. All right. We'll show one last relic here. I'm going to show one last relic, which is inside this subway station. Before September 11, 2001, I used this subway station on August 17th, 2001. I was coming home from a Radiohead concert from Liberty State Park. And I'm going to show you something that has lived and is still living on. You're more than welcome, Guy Heyman. The tubes, the Hudson tubes, the Trans Hudson Port Authority rails. All right, guys, have a great New Year day. Whether you live here or not, I want you to hug your loved ones. I want you to cherish the moments. And good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. I'll see you guys soon. Folks. Bye-bye.